Hi, my name is Ella, and this is my story. So growing up, I wasn't a Christian, and I didn't know anything about Christianity. I didn't go to church very often until high school. So in high school, I was in a bad place mentally. I remember talking to myself and thinking, I'm not happy and I don't know why. I didn't know why I felt so incomplete. And so in fall 2019, I went to church with a friend's family. And during the worship leader, he stopped singing for a moment as the music kept playing, and he bowed his head and he started praying a prayer for anyone in there who felt lost and anyone in there who didn't know what to do, and that they would have comfort and that they would come to God. And in that moment, I just started crying. And after that, I started to have a lot of questions about Christianity and who God was. And I remember looking online in my spare time, what do I need to do to be a Christian? And I was looking for a checklist, and I didn't find one because there's not really one. I actually turned to a friend of mine. One day I was sitting beside her and I said, hey, can I come to Bob? Bob was a club that they had a bunch of believers, and they did Bible studies at lunchtime and stuff. She said, of course, and she was so taken aback. I was the last person she'd ever expect to come to Bob. And so I went and she started answering all my questions. I learned all about who Jesus was. She didn't make me feel like I was stupid for not knowing. We would spend our study periods reading the Bible, and I'd ask her questions about Jesus and we'd pray together. And then one day she looked at me and she said, have you accepted Jesus into your heart? And I said, I don't know. So we went outside and we held hands and we sat on a bench, and she prayed over me that Jesus would come into my life and that he would just transform me, and he did. My life changed, my personality changed, everything about me changed. In that time where I was trying to get away from the sin in my past and be this new creation that I was, I treated the situation differently. In my mental health and my unhealthy relationships, I approached them differently. I approached them with God's love and his grace, and when I had problems, I ran to him. The problems didn't just disappear when I became a Christian. I just could handle them so much easier, and it was comforting to have God on my side. It wasn't until a few months after I was saved that I actually started living for Christ, and I turned away from everything in my old life, and I truly feel like I became a Christian and living for God. And I think the biggest obstacle for me right now is really trusting it all to God and giving it all to him, surrendering fully to him. One verse that has always really helped me through that, a mentor showed it to me. Matthew 11:28-30, come to me, all who are weary and burdened, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon me and learn from me, for I am gentle and humble at heart. You'll find rest for your souls, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light.